Why do men suffer so much? One of the key reasons is they refuse the call to adventure, the call to action. For those of you who have read or who know about the hero's journey, you have to understand that this is a process that all men go through, all women as well, but we are talking about men here. When you have the call to adventure and you refuse it, it is generally considered normal. We all refuse it at the beginning. But the problem nowadays is that we refuse it over and over again. You have to understand that the hero's journey is not something you do externally, it's something you embrace inside. The process is mostly inside. Of course, there are things that you do outside, but the most important parts are what happens internally, how you deal with certain things. If right now you have an intuition to become someone, to become something, to pursue something, but you decide to refuse the call, you decide to stay in your comfort zone, that is a refusal of the call. And if you do this over and over again, you will never embark on this hero's journey. I remember a friend of mine, a friend who really, really loved music. And he told me, I wish I could be a DJ. And I told him, like, why don't you pursue it? He's like, nah, it's not realistic. It's not for me. And he has this cushy, comfortable job where he makes money. That is what happens to a lot of people. They have this comfortable situation, that comfortable girlfriend, that comfortable relationship, that comfortable family situation. That is why a lot of us refuse to take that call, to refuse to go on that adventure. So we keep on refusing and refusing and refusing the call to adventure, the call to action. But the problem with this, as Stephen Pressfield would explain, is that that divine energy, that genius inside of you, that thing that wants to be expressed, no matter what it is, whether you want to become a basketballer, a DJ, a language learner, a scientific, whatever the case might be, if you have a particular calling, a divine energy that wants to be expressed, if you refuse it, Stephen Pressfield said that this divine energy does not disappear. It will come out as cruelty to others, as addiction, as alcoholism. It will come out as neurosis. It will come out as pain. And more often than not, we do want to face that pain so we can easily get distracted by short-term pleasure, whether it's drugs, whether it's alcohol, whether it's Netflix, whether it's video games. A lot of those things are not bad in moderation, but if you use them as a cop out, if you use them to hide from the fears and the insecurities you have, that is a cop out. So you might think right now that not taking the call to adventure is a good thing because you have your comfortable situation. And your situation might be comfortable, very comfortable. But the problem is if you continue refusing that call, you will be destroyed from the inside out. And when you don't embark on the hero's journey, you embark on the shadow journey. The shadow is a term coined by Carl Jung. It's all the things we repress, all the fears, all the insecurities, all the negative sides of you. And if you don't integrate them by going on this hero's journey, they will come out in projection, in pain, insecurities, fears, and all that bad stuff. And the problem is men don't generally want to face their fears, face their insecurities. So they will choose any type of distraction to avoid that pain at any cost. You have to understand that refusal of the call is one thing, but not facing your negative emotion is another thing. Not facing your shadow is another thing. You might get caught up in all those words, the hero's journey, refusal of the call to adventure, and the shadow journey. Forget about all this. When you have intuition inside of you and you refuse to listen to that voice, and you have the pain that comes along by you refusing to go on your path, your proper path, the path of knowing who you are, the path of knowing what you truly want. If you do not go on that path. Because that path will be riddled with struggle. It will not be easy, but it is what you need to do in this life. It is what will make you the most fulfilled. So if you refuse to go on that path, the pain you will get is even worse because you will project, you will be cruel, you will be insecure, you will have fear, and you'll have a lot of regrets. It's better to try than have the regret of not trying. I'm telling you, a lot of problems with men is they refuse that call to adventure. And they think that money, that success in another path will fulfill them. But it is not the case. Going on that adventure on your proper path is so much more important than money, your situation, your relationship, because it is who you become. It is who you truly are. And when you become a well integrated person, a well integrated masculine man, you become a beacon for the people around you. You not only become very fulfilled, but you become more magnetic, more whole, and it attracts people and it inspires people. Whereas the other side, when you go on the path that is not for you, you become bitter, you age faster, you become cruel, you become regretful, you become someone that is miserable, you become a person that people don't really want to be around or attracts the people who are on the same frequency. So you have to understand, you have to take that call. However hard it is, however you struggle with it, go on that path. It is not a path that will be easy. It is a path in the unknown, but it is how you discover who you are. Do not run away from those emotions and the intuition you have inside. Listen to that intuition. Face your fears. Integrate your shadow. And that is how you become a whole person.